Hi all, Storyteller Bat number 2 for March, and we went with the Phoenix theme, didn't we? So this is the one that we're going to work on today. There's more colours in there and I'll pop it up when I'm talking about it later on so you can see the colours that are used, but there's actually a really dark brown in here. So out of the die pots that we did the other week there, I have got this merino in this stone colour that's reflective here, okay, and then I've got the two different shades of orangey gold. Then I've picked out some fibres, but out of the other dyes that we did the other week there when I did the jar dyeing, we've got this milk fibre, we have got some rose fibre, we've also got the alpaca blend with silk, and then we've got some milk fibre here, or is that Tussah silk? One of the two. There's definitely Tussah silk in there as well. With that I've added in, so we've still got a little bit of bling in there. I'm going to make sure that these ones are all got a little bit of Angelina in them. So this one is a merino with trialobal in there, so you can just make it out, that glittery look. Then we've got the dark brown chestnut, the acorn brown, and then I've got this blend with it's got Tussah silk in there and it's got Tweedy Viscose as well, just for a little bit of ever so subtle texture. It's not really a texture, it will melt in your hands. So what I've got to do now is divvy these up, so I've got some for my blend sets while I'm stood here talking to you, and some for the actual bat itself. So a little bit less on that one for there, and the smaller bats this week for this round of blends, in the sense of I'm not doing massive 150 gram ones, I'm doing these smaller 100 and something grams. There's a bit of fabric on that. My room is an absolute tip. I really need to have a word with this room and get it sorted, or a word with myself probably is the best bet. So I'm just going to split this alpaca blend, and then I've got this Tussah silk, that's definitely is. And I've got the rose fibre here, and then I'm going to got this dark brown that's on the picture that you can't quite see, but as I say, you'll see it later on. There we go. And then I'm going to split this down the middle. I've got one for one bat and then one for the blend set that you'll be able to access next Sunday. Okay, so those put to one side. This one I will split into two this week, not three as usual. The other colourways I will split into three, but this time I'm just going to do it as two splits on this dyed version, and then find out where the end is on this one for it to come through. It's always the same, you never find, there it is. And then split this into three. I'm actually going to split it into three, but this way, instead of doing my usual thin drafts, I'm going to draft it out really, really finely and then drum card it straight on. This is where you're going to fight with it. And again there. And again, oh, there we go. And then split this into three. Now the colours on the, even though on the colour on the chart, usually I follow it along, so it like the colours reflect, so you've got a dark brown down here, then you've got more of the creams in here, then you've got this orangey colour, whereas slightly different when it's marked up on the bottom. So I'm going to try and follow the layout of the picture and go with the dark brown, and then the cream, then the golden yellow, and then into the orange, and then the darker orange, and then the musky sort of this dusky brown on the top way. Okay, this time round you can, when the pictures are only inspiration really at the end of the day, you can layer it out whichever way you want. You might want to layer it with mostly of a dark brown colour with the oranges highlighted on the top. Each to their own. There isn't any rules in how to do it, it's all about your own interpretation. Right, so there's my plant-based fibres all getting split into threes. I'm wondering if I need a little bit of adding a little bit of dark brown bamboo, just to give that darker highlight when I'm putting these fibres on the top. So I've actually got some brown bamboo here, so I think what I'll do is I'll split that, and then I've got 3 pieces of this, and then it'll sort of just help tie in all those darker colours. I've got quite a lot of highlight fibres that are going on to this, and another 3. There's a lot of a mix on this one this week, and then we'll go with those browns. So we've got mid browns, dark browns, and those. Okay, so I'll just get my junk out of the way, move my cup out of the way. Oh, it nearly fell at my hand then. And we'll get on with this now. So as I say, I'm going to interpretate this slightly different from what I've been showing you recently, where I follow sort of the rowing, the layout of the colours at the bottom of the base, which is what I do sometimes. Sometimes like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to sort of follow the way that the picture is. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this dark brown, and I'm going to use my, what am I going to use? I'm going to use, I think, how am I going to get the cream on there? So I think what I'll do with the cream is between the brown and the darker orange, the golden orange, and then the dark orange, I will use them as my base layers, and then I will follow the colours in between, I think is where I'm going to go. Anyway, we'll see. Maybe it'll be better for you to watch, and then you'll see what I mean as I'm doing it. Okay, so there's the blending board. Blending board, Joe. Drum carder. Okay, so now that I've done it like this, I actually want to separate it out. Because I need this cream, because obviously, oh, it's cream, this sandy colour, because it's part of the colourway and it is part of the main colours. But as I say, I'm not going to follow the actual way that it's got it on there. I am going to add it in now over this side. And I just want to pull out those fibres so they're not going to get stuck in the liquor. And then I'm going to go with this one again. Is this the other half of it? It is. So I am going to do it so it comes right across, but I'm going to try and aim it so I've got more over on one side than I have on the other. So I just need to open up these fibres a little bit more. So I'm going to start back over here again where I've already done a layering. And you'll see why I've done that in a minute. So I'm going to go like that, and then I'm going to pull it over. There's a little bit of everything on one side. Then I'm going to get this, but I want the golden colour over this side. And I'm not going to go all the way over because I've double layered this on this side. So I'm hoping that will help balance out the weight proportion. So I need to put that on there. And this is Blueface Leicester with the sea salt, the same stuff as I used last week. Right, and from that point now, I'm going to paint on. So, because I've only got a small piece, I'm going to paint on this chestnut colour. So I want to make sure it goes all the way around. Sometimes if you've got a small section of wool to use, painting it on means that you're getting it all the way around on your drum carder. If I put it through there, I may find that there's thin bits and thicker pieces. So it just makes more sense to have a bit of control over the fibre that you want to add so it actually goes on. Same with this piece. It's not massively long, but then again, if I draft it out and elongate the length of it, okay, and then fan it out a little bit so it will fit that gap, then I can add that colour in and have a bit more control over it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with these colours, and I've got this golden colour, which I'm going to leave this one to last, but I've got this one here, and I'm just going to paste it all across. I'm just going to paint it straight on to the drum carder. Okay, and then I've got this alpaca blend, and again I'm just going to paint this straight on to the drum carder, because I feel like the picture's got that misty sort of look to it. It has got bold colours in there, but they're not completely defined. So by doing this process means that I can actually have more control over where the colours are going and the effect of that misty look I want to get. So where are we at? 1, 2, 3, and there we go. So there's the yellowy gold colour. So I'm going to put that here because that's where the dark brown is. And on the picture, the reverse way around, I really should have started with this yellowy gold over this side, but I've gone for the other side, but it's not a problem. So I'm going to spread this over the brown and over the darker orange, because that's where I should have really had that in the first place. Then I'm going to get, I've just had it then, this one, this darker orange, and I'm going to go from just over the top of the orange, over the golden orange, and over the stone colour. And then come back on myself a bit. This one here I'm actually going to leave for a second, because I'm going to grab, wherever it is, there it is, I'm going to grab this piece, this more creamy, softer, sandy colour, and I'm going to just spread it straight out, let the fibres loosen out a little bit, and I'm going to add that straight on there. And I'm quite liking this effect. Then go back in with this really bold colour, this amber, spread that all over the top. There we go. So I'm going to repeat that process again. Oh no, we've got some bamboo to go on here as well, haven't we, to bring those browns back out. There we go. It's got like a harvest sort of feel to it. So again, I'm going to split this in half because it's just easy to work with because it's so thick. And I'm going to open it up. It feels a little bit like it's been a little bit overdone in the dye pot, but it's not felted, it's just compressed. If I'd have stuck it through the steamer, it would have opened up all those fibres. So I'm just going to, again, roll that on there, and then take this over this way so it covers all the parts all the way across, and then do the same again so that I thicken up this layer on this side, because everything else has got lots of colour, lots of layering in between to the right depth that I need them at. So I'm just gonna, and not just that, it means that there's a solid colour theme that goes all the way through the layer, the spinning. When the yarn comes out, you'll see pops is more predominant in one part, but you'll still see it reflect through the other side, but only a hint of it. So I'm just gonna let that go on there again, build up that layer, and then pull it back over this direction. And I'm not pulling it, I'm just guiding it. So take this other piece, I'm not going to touch this at the moment. What we're on the second layer, I'm going to put it on my fourth layer, but what I'm going to do now is just come straight in with my different colours and my blends. Let me see what we've got, what we got. Right, so we want to go in with the chestnut, and I'm just going to sprinkle this all the way across. And I'm just going to do this. Yeah. I'm going to layer this all the way across. And then get this brown and layer this one all the way across. So you should end up effectively with a marled wool that changes colour when you're spinning it, changes some different colour gradients, but the thought is going to have a common element all the way through, which is these brown colours. And then I'm going to go in with, where's the alpaca stuff here, and do the exact same painting on the back of it as I had done with the previous layer. It's all about thinking about how you want it to look. Green, that one, and then this one. Right, so the next one to go on is this Persimmon Orange, bolder colour. And then we'll get the card out in a minute and give it a good packing down before I put on the next layer. There we go. And splay this one out. Okay, where are we at now? Oh, bamboo. All right, and then we go back in and do that repeat. So I need to split this brown down next. Just grab my card and put that in the back. Okay, so once again, open it up. I know this layering sequence will be the same as the first layering sequence. Oh dear, a bit chilly in the studio today. It's overcast and it keeps trying to rain, and it wasn't forecast rain yesterday for today, so I hate it when the weather chops and changes. One minute it's fine and it's going to be sunny, the next minute it's pouring down with rain. Right, one more time. Just gently pull this over. It will feel like you're having a fight with it sometimes, but it's because you're angling the fibres. This wants you to pull it forward, like for it to go forward, whereas you're pulling the fibres to one side or placing the fibres to one side at an angle. It feels like it wants to fight with it because it's pulling them at a different angle. But just persevere with it. Just make sure, especially if you're using hand-dyed fibres, that you fan them out a fair bit and there's no clumping. If you find that your fibres have compacted a lot, just give them a bit of a steam and let them relax that way. Okay, we forgot one fibre. This is just a silk and viscose one, so I'm just going to pop this on now. Makes no difference. It'll spin out the exact same way anyway, because I would have done it like that in the first place. So the next colours to go on will be this one, and originally we started with the yellow and gold, so I'll do that again on this side and just repeat the layering that I had done originally. And you can see my drum starting to get a bit full now because the liquor's not wanting to hold on to anything. Sometimes changing your mind halfway through doing something makes for a better bat because your brain's thinking about the method, especially when you've done it lots and lots and lots. I think I've probably blended up about nearer 2,500 to 3,000 bats in the last 5 years. That's not including 5-6 years. That's not including Christmas advents, custom orders. Well, maybe actually we'll do custom orders, but not the Christmas bats and the Easter bundle sets or my batty clubs. So yeah, well, this piece is a nice long piece, so I forgot to split it. No, it's the last one. So I'm actually going to draft this out because I don't have a massive space. and I want to fit on my dark brown as well. So I'm just gonna put in that there. I'll get the card on this for the liquor here, and this is only a short piece, but I'm not going to bother painting it on. I am just going to gently draft it out lengthways so it's not in one big thick clump, which will force the liquor to want to grab a hold of it. So you're just drafting out, that's all. You're just being very careful about it because you want it in one thin length. I've got 1.5 inch gap here. Yeah, 1.5 inch gap here, and I need this roving at 1.5 inch, but I don't want it all compacted, otherwise it'll end up all on this. Okay, so I'm just going to give that another pack down again. Try and get some of these fibres off the front liquor. Right, so I'm just going to get this, and I'm just going to pull this all out in one go this time round. This is the it's a merino and viscose and tussar silk blend fibre. Card that in a sec, and then I've got my last pieces of fibre here to go. So we've got the hand dyed tussar silk, we have got the hand dyed milk, and we have the rose fibres, we have the alpaca and silk blend, we have the merino and trilobal, and the bamboo still to go on. So because I've just done a darker orange, I'm going to go with the lighter. No, it's go with the lighter one first. There we go. Then I'm going to go in with the alpaca one. My drum is definitely starting to fill up now. Then I need to go in with this milk fibre. The merino and trilobal mix. Next in with my rose fibre, which if you go and have a look at the Q&A I finally put up yesterday, sorry it's late, sore throat and everything, I can only speak for about an hour before my voice starts to go on me again at the moment, but I put the Q&A up yesterday. At the end of the video there's a article that I read out, an explanation about the ecology and the making of rose fibre. I have been looking for videos online and I can't find any showing you how it's produced, but there is one about the lotus fibre, which I will put a link to this video so you can, it's only a 5-minute video, and it's about a lady literally harvesting lotus flowers to get the fibre from inside of it out. It's fascinating. Right, that's not wanting to go on there, so I definitely need to give it a good pack down again before we take it off. Right, that's looking fantastic. It's making me think of a lion, not a phoenix. So, I'll get this off. Oh. So the picture will be coming up just up there in a minute, showing you exactly the way that the Phoenix image for this one worked, and then you can decide yourself if I've managed to pull it off. Now you can make them like you've seen me do in the past, where it looks practically like the picture colourway on there. Sometimes just by using the subject that you want to be inspired by and then just going along with the flow of the colours, that's fine too. And that's what I've done this time round, is just had a look at the actual picture itself and decided where I want the colours to be laid. Right, it looks lovely in the back too. You've got those browns in there, and you can see that sandy colours muted all the way through the back of it. It's very, very bouncy, but then that's got blue face Leicester in there as well, so that does make for a bouncy bat. So where we go, and I'll just give that a quick roll up, and there you have it. That light's a bit bright. Hold on a second, let me see if I can turn this around and move that a bit so you can actually get it true. There you go. So that is the Phoenix on the book. There is a blend set to go with that as well, separately obviously, listings if you didn't realise, but there you go. So that'll be on the website next Sunday. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Don't forget to hit that like. You can leave a comment in the bottom of them as well. Even though the videos are linked for you to watch, they are set as private and you can only access them by link. Dropping a like in there still helps with their algorithms and my channel being found. If you can help out in that way, it'd be absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your continued support on being a member on this on my Patreon account. It's really very much appreciated. The next load of membership money is coming out over the next week or so, and that money will go towards April's Storyteller Bats, which you'll all have to start putting a vote in soon. I'll be putting those up probably this week. Yeah, because we'll have to get it ready for the week after for Die Pot Thursday again, which will be next week. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. Take care of yourselves. Be good, be careful. See you soon.